Okay, here's an affidavit that I used years ago, and it still stands today. Okay, I can update it a little bit, but this is what I used, and again, an affidavit stands in truth unless rebutted, and they have not rebutted any of the facts. First of all, how important have I said over and over definitions? And here is the list of definitions, which I have a lot more definitions to add now, which I'm going to be working on this. But here we go, the delegation of authority. What is the delegation of authority? Remember the video on Title 4, Section 72. All offices attached to the seat of the government shall be exercised in the District of Columbia and not elsewhere. And so Congress has never authorized the Secretary to attack the people in the several states. And watch the video for more on that. And then a termination, employer, entity, federal citizen, which is found right here. I'm not a federal citizen, and it means a citizen of the United States, otherwise not a citizen of the several states pursuant and not limited to Powell versus U.S. And then you go to footnote 7. And footnote 7, in view of these rules, it's held that citizen means a citizen of the United States and not a person generally, nor a citizen of a state, Powell versus U.S. And there's more on citizens. We can go into that all day long. So I can, even with that, I can stipulate that I'm a citizen of the United States, but I'm not as defined in the Internal Revenue Code. And there'll be more on that in a minute. So here, you go include. Now, this is the word that a lot of people take, just when people say, well, it includes the District of Columbia, they automatically assume that they mean the several states as well. And that's not true. Okay. And so when you read this, include means it's inclusive what they're talking about. What is not defined does not include what isn't defined. Now, like character, like if you're saying, orange fruit, and you're naming apples oranges, then you can consider that a banana and strawberries would follow. But you couldn't include any vegetables, so because it's not like character. And then, individual means an individual, indivisible entity or an alien individual. And you can see that with CFR 8, and it means an alien individual. And person means an artificial being as defined by the Act of Congress in 1862. So we have all the acts of Congress on our side, and the acts of Congress that don't exist are for us. Okay, they can't come after us if there's no congressional report. Um, Here, revenue agent. This is very strong. Duty authorized Commonwealth Internal Revenue Agent of the Department of Treasury of Puerto Rico. And you can get that right out of CFR 27, uh, section 26.11. Secretary of the United States does not mean some subordinate or other office, such as the Secretary of the Treasury of Puerto Rico, which is also found in Title 27, 26.11. And so here, I go through a lot of definitions. Now, the meat of the affidavit stands, okay? I claim who I am. Uh, the About the returns. Affiant does not live in a federal zone. I'm just going to go through the headers here. The reason for the affidavit, reason for the affiant's affidavit and statement. And I go through here for the years of the Internal Revenue years that they claim that I owe a tax. The Secretary has no authority within the several 50 union states, Title 4, Section 72. I mean, I can harp on this all day long because they cannot dispute it. They haven't. And I can't get into the 20 pounds of rice paper, the IRS code. I can't even talk about anything in the code because, first of all, why should I talk about something? It doesn't apply to me. It doesn't exist. If you can show me where that code applies to me, then let's talk code, buddy. Okay, I don't have a problem with that, but if that code doesn't apply to me, what do I care what the paperwork they give? Who are you? Where do you come from? All right, and so here I go through, the regulations and everything. I show how Congress, like I said in the Title IV Section 72 video. I'm not going to go through that again here, but you can go back and watch it if you like. It's on my YouTube channel. Subpoena to a Grand Jury, I believe, is the title, and I go through it in detail there. And then here I talk a little bit about the code, how it shows. Now, all of this is prior to Dave Maryland's criminal complaint, but when I joined Dave Maryland's criminal complaint, this was, it was the same thing. It all applied. And so Dave just gave me, what Dave did more than anything, he got my attitude right, which is I'm hoping to get your attitude right. Now, here is a lot of people say, well, the IRS is not an agency. It's not created by an act of Congress, which is true. And here's the evidence. See, what a lot of people are stating is what somebody else said, but I want you to. I got to have you go to and do your own research on this, because like I said, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not giving legal advice. Everything here is what I found to be true, and is in my interpretation. But right here, it says that the Office of the Commissioner of the Internal Revenue was created by the Act of Congress. Now, what was created? The Office of the Commissioner on July 1st, 1862, attached hereto, incorporated herein as Exhibit D. And for that purpose, the superintending of collection of internal duty stamps duty, license and tax imposed by this act, which may hereafter impose, of assuming the same as an office is hereby created in the Treasury Department and called the Office of the Commissioner. All he did was get a desk and a chair. I mean, it didn't create the IRS, the Internal Revenue Service. In fact, it's the Internal Revenue. It's not the Internal Revenue Service. The Internal Revenue Service can only, was collecting stamp duties, collection of internal duties. It wasn't about you had to be licensed and so forth. It wasn't about how much money you make. I mean, where did I ever give up that I work for 1 hour and I have to give somebody a portion of that money that I worked? What right do they have taking my money that I earned on my own labor? That's why the statutes, the people say, well, the statutes don't apply to me. That's right, they don't. They apply to the government on their limitations. The statute says that human labor is not a commodity. It's not to be used in commerce. It can't be taxed. But yet you turn around and want to argue all this stuff, and if you put up the fences that they got to hurdle over instead of arguing the code, just show them where the code here is. All right, and well, I get excited and I start fumbling, but okay, so here. It goes in here, the affidavit. The affidavit hereby relies on the footnote formally to refute the false statements quoted above that the IRS was created in 1862. Further, the IRS does not appear in the list of department agencies within 31 USC, and that's when David Solar on the witness stand, when I had him in court, I asked him, you said that you're a part of the United States government, and he said, yes, I am. I said, can you give me evidence of that? And he funneled through his wallet and couldn't find anything. So thereby, he couldn't produce any evidence to the contrary, so he is not a United States of America department or agency of that entity. So it appears that David Solar and several unidentified IRS agents have attempted to exercise jurisdiction within the several states on behalf of the Secretary to create an alleged tax liability and the affiant without demonstrating to me that the agents had delegated authority to do so. Then here now we talk about citizenship, okay? Here we talk about how am I defined in the Internal Revenue Code as a citizen of the United States. Let's look at 3121E. An individual is a citizen of the Commonwealth of Puerto Rico, but not otherwise a citizen of the United States, shall be considered a citizen of the United States. Well, that's not me. Let's look up in the regulations. When used in the regulations in this subpart, the term state includes the District of Columbia. Now, what did I talk about include? If it's not defined, don't include it yourself, because the District of Columbia, the Commonwealth of Puerto Rico, the Virgin Islands, the Territory of Alaska, and before admission, and Hawaii before admission, were not the same as states as Florida, New York, Michigan, Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, and on and on. They had different characters. We were nations. Those places were territories. Okay, and then. So then the term citizen of the United States includes a citizen of the Commonwealth of Puerto Rico or the Virgin Islands. That's not me. So let's talk about no gross income or taxable income. Here we go. I mean, I didn't show me how I made taxable income. When I exchange my labor for the money, which is property, my labor is property, the money is property, equal exchange under Section 83, produces no taxable activity. I'm not involved in a trade or business pursuant to 7701. Trade or business. The term trade or business includes the performance and function of a public office. Now we can get into more detail. I'm going to update this. This is very powerful here. And the Supreme Court ruled and concurred the Secretary must therefore agree that one's labor is private property. See, that's what I said earlier, right? Labor is private property. Where do you get to tax my private property? The inquiring minds want to know. And if if they don't get past that, they cannot move. And if they do move, it's at a point of a gun, under threat, duress, and fear of going to jail. What else you want me to say? You guys just keep walking over me, but you don't talk to me. You're talking at me, but you're not talking to me. And so here, the IRS substitute for returns. Oh, this is good. This is what they're doing to me now. Right now, they're doing this to me. And man, I'm not upset about it. In fact, I kind of knew they'd be coming back sooner or later. 7 years it took them, and I got lazy and so forth. But we will go through this. Affiant is excluded from withholding. I mean, it's right here in the code. I'm not in FICA or any of those chapters. They have territorial limitations. I live in Florida, one of the Republic states. We go here into individual, non-resident, alien individual. Time and manner of filing. The commission and delegation of authority. Again, here we fall back a little bit on Title IV, Section 72. I give the Secretary time to respond. They never respond. And here now I'm stating what I'm not. I am not named in the statute. Secretary has no authority to name affiant where Congress has not. Is not the citizen of the United States as defined in 1402B and elsewhere. I am not the person in 6671, 7343, and 7701. I am not a taxpayer as defined in 7701. Is not a person. I'm not a U.S. person. I am not an employee. Now, here, the judge said I did not challenge I was a U.S. person. Well, they never challenged me or rebutted the fact in my affidavit that I am. And then when I gave her the declaration of domicile, that kind of shut her up. So here, I am not required to file a return. I am not a resident of the federal zone. I am not engaged in an excise taxable activity. I'm not engaged in a for-profit activity. I am not. I mean, here. It goes on. So, and again, as I always do, here is my firm promise. I promise to pay Title IV, Section 72. Just show me the law. Show me how you have delegation of authority. And we people do not have a problem. So with that, now I know a lot of people are going to be asking for, God, can I get a copy of that or so forth and so on? And no, you can't. And I hate to say it like that, but this is what it's about. Okay, it's about Wake Up America. If you join Wake Up America, you become a waker, and then you get 3 people in. Now you're showing me that you're serious in getting the country back. But if you're going to sit in the grandstand and watch the players in the field, the liberals and against the conservatives, or the patriots against the communists and all that, just to see who wins. Oh, let me see your documents, and let me read them, and let me pass them around like, hey, this is great. No, I don't need that. What I need is I need boots on the ground. I need people that I can handshake and eye contact, and we can work together to get America back. And so I'm going to be hard-nosed about it. God bless America, and forgive me if you hold any anger about this, but I need to be funded, okay? And I'm not asking you for money. I'm not saying, hey, give me $5,000 and let me, help fight for your freedoms. No, let's fight for our freedoms together. And if you're not willing to do so, then, what can I tell you, okay? So, get on my link here. You see it, wakeupamerica.biz/liberty, and go in there and sign up today and get 3 people to sign up, and you'll be surprised if we can duplicate that 9 times, getting 3 people to get 3 people. You'll probably be making over $70,000 a month. Now, what can you do with $70,000 a month? You can forget everything and just study and learn and help me help you to help others learn how we can get our country back. So with that, God bless America. Talk to you soon.
Wake Up America is an organization dedicated to using public awareness and action strategies to defend the Constitution, acknowledge American exceptionalism, and restore common sense to government policies. This organization began when we asked ourselves a simple question. What if you organized large groups of like-minded, passionate people to create an income opportunity that also funded media campaigns to affect change? From that idea sprang the Wake Up America plan. We've developed an action plan that harnesses the passion of the conservative political movement, creates a grassroots vehicle for awareness and change, and combines them with a sustainable, proven business model, network marketing. Wake Up America is a category creator of political action in network marketing. And today, you have the opportunity to be among its founders. We're simply leveraging a business model that has repeatedly proven its effectiveness and applying it to something that truly matters, our country. Here's what makes the Wake Up America plan different from every other political group or network marketing company. Wake Up America funds conservative media campaigns and more by having dedicated patriots like you, people we call Wakers, promote levels of our support product, the Wake Up America Media Action Pack. The Media Action Pack is a level of monthly recurring funding that lets Wake Up America purchase blocks of media targeted to local and national issues, produce conservative editorial and educational online content, support conservative legal battles, and fund Wakers like you to take action and organize locally and nationally. It's really very simple. With each Media Action Pack, a percentage goes towards media campaigns and Wake Up America action, and a percentage goes back to the Waker, which could be you as compensation for your grassroots efforts. For most of you, this is getting paid to do something you're already doing right now, talking with your friends about your dissatisfaction with the direction of the country, the administration, and much of Congress. How's that for a combination? Conservative political action, funding national and grassroots efforts, and putting money in your pocket month after month. Build a team of like-minded patriots by starting your own team of Wakers, all wanting to stand up for their country and affect change. You will have created your own foundation to earn a residual income month after month. Remember, the time to act is now. Our marketing campaigns are underway. We're positioned to gain national attention and begin the largest movement to affect change this country has ever seen. Get your own personalized Wake Up America website and begin building your own team of Wakers. Just click the Be a Waker button on the page to get started today, and together we can Wake Up America.